Hey guys, how's it going? Sorry that there was no video last week. It was a rough week, but I am back. Hello, how's it going? So today I am going to be doing a tag. This is exactly what I needed. I just wanted kind of like simple-ish video to just kind of get back into things, and I was actually tagged, so it just worked out perfectly. So today's video is going to be the Dilemmas of a Booknerd tag. This was originally created by Lindsey's Little Library and I was tagged by Tanja. I will leave both of their videos linked down below and also all the questions typed out in case you want to do this tag for yourself. But yeah, thank you so much for tagging me. It was perfect timing and yes, I'm really excited to do this tag. So let's just get straight into it. Question number 1, book storage. How do you store and organize your books? So I used to move every 6 months, and I just kept all my books in boxes for the most part because unpacking books sucks. Especially if you know you're probably going to pack them and then move again in a couple months. So I accumulated more books than I expected. But when I bought my house, one of my things that I really wanted was a spare bedroom to convert into a library. So that's what I did. I love my library so much. It is just a beautiful, calming room, and it makes me so happy. And I can finally have all my books, and there was a lot of books that I kind of just completely forgot that I owned because they've been packed away for so long. But yeah, so right now I have my library. I have 3 bookcases behind me, 2 over there. I have a full library tour that I'll link up above and down below. But yeah, I have them organized. All of the shelves behind me are basically alphabetical by author's last name. Then I have different sections, like I have my wrestling books, I have like plays, I have my magazines separate, stuff like that. But yeah, the vast majority of them are just on these shelves, alphabetical by author. Question number 2, tracking. How do you keep track of what you have read and what books you own? Back in January, I started tracking the books that I'm reading this year in my reading journal. I don't know if you know, but I have a reading journal. I mentioned it a lot, I know. But as far as like overall books I've read, I use Goodreads. And books I own, I don't have them like tracked anywhere, I just look at them. And then as far as physical books that I have that I've either read or not read, right now, books that I have read are pushed back. Books that I either haven't read or don't remember well enough are pulled out. And that way it just kind of helps me get my physical TBR down a little bit and see easier what books I haven't read, what books I want to prioritize. Stuff like that. But really for that one, like nothing fancy, no intricate system yet. Question number 3, borrow. Do you lend your books out? No, but I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to it, I don't think, depending on who it was. Like I just don't have friends that I'm either close enough with to lend them books or that read enough. Like my writing buddy Tony, who I've mentioned quite a few times. Like I would definitely lend him some books. Actually, I lent him my book. This one right here. I lent it out to him, let him read it. It was very stressful. It went fine. I was stressed. Anyways. Aside from that, I'd probably lend my brother some of my books, but where he currently lives on the other side of the country, and I live in Canada, so it's a pretty big country, it's just not something that is overly realistic, and he doesn't read that much. Like, every now and then he gets into these, like, moods where he just wants to read, like, every single book that's, you know, has this specific criteria, and then he reads them all and he doesn't read for another year. Or like he wants to read like all Stephen King's books and then nothing else. Like he's kind of weird that way. But yeah, anyone else? Probably not. I probably just wouldn't lend them my books because I'm probably not close enough with them that I trust them. Question number 4, buying. How do you buy or acquire your books? So in the past, a lot of the books I got were gifts from my mom because I'm hard to shop for. I'm a very practical person and I don't need a lot of things. And anything that's practical that I do need, I buy myself. So my mom gets frustrated with me, you know, on my birthday and Christmas because I'm hard to buy for. So usually she just gets me books because there's just never-ending books that I would love to read, so she just picks me up some of those. As far as buying books for myself, I very rarely buy new books. I either buy secondhand books or I buy them online from usually like Abe Books, Better World Books, one of those websites. Pretty much anything that has reasonable shipping to Canada. So I have slightly less options than like in the States, but there's a decent amount of sites that have decent, you know, Canadian shipping, or yard sailing, flea market, stuff like that. So yeah, I just don't like spending full price, and I'm also trying to be a little bit pickier right now because I've realized how many books I own that I haven't read yet, so I'm trying not to read that many new books because I want to get these ones down first, so yeah, that's that. Question number 5, comments. How do you respond to the "how do you read so much" comment or similar comments? I don't think I've ever gotten that comment. Either my friends don't read a lot and don't really care to comment, or my friends do read a lot and understand. So yeah, and like my family, like my dad is an avid reader. My dad is always reading. That my dad's the one that, you know, gave me my love of books. So he understands, you know, how I can just spend so much time reading because he does the same thing. And same with my friends. Like, I don't know, I don't think I've ever had anybody like comment or be like judgy about my reading. I hope that's not a thing that people deal with, because that just sounds really sucky. Like, we're judged for enough things. Like, we don't need our like harmless hobbies also being judged. But yeah, not applicable. Question number 6, next book. How do you pick your next read? So if there's a readathon going on, then I have my books picked out ahead of time, and just whichever one kind of makes the most sense to read next, depending on, you know, what I read right before that and, you know, just what I'm in the mood for. Aside from that, it's really just whatever piques my interest at the time. Like I said, I pulled out all the books that I haven't read yet, so I just kind of skim until something just, I don't know, pulls me in. Also right now I haven't in the last couple weeks because things have just been rough, but usually I have an audiobook on the go, and that basically just depends on what's currently available from my library and whichever one, like I have my wish list, and I'll just scroll through and see which ones are currently available or have low wait times, and then just pick one of those and go. Question number 7, travel. How do you pick what book or books you bring on vacation with you? Easy. I don't take vacations. I don't know, I don't like traveling. I'm very much a homebody. I am comfortable in my home and my space, and I don't really take time off work anyways. And vacations just, it's stressful and it's expensive, and I don't feel the need to go anywhere else. So I don't really go vacations. If I did, I would probably just bring my e-reader, and because, you know, I have so many books on there, and that way it's light, it's easy. So yeah, I would probably bring my e-reader, but yeah, I don't do much traveling. I'm just not a big fan of traveling. Question number 8, annotate. Do you write or highlight or mark up your books in any way? I plan to start using like Post-it sticks in them and things like that, but I don't like marking up my books or anything like that. Maybe if it was like my favorite book and I owned a couple copies, maybe. If it's like a textbook or a reference book, sometimes I'll highlight certain things or put Post-it sticks in it, but for the most part, not really. I also don't tend to reread books very often, so there's not really a big need for me to mark it up because I'm probably not going to look back on it for a very long time, if at all. In certain situations, I might consider it, I don't right now. Question number 9, new or backlist? Which do you prefer, new releases or backlist books? I mean, I don't really have a preference, just whatever book I'm excited about at that time. Like, I usually tend to gravitate towards older books anyways, just because I buy so many books secondhand, and I read a lot of series, and I prefer like reading the series all together, so I don't usually buy a new book because, you know, then there's going to be more that I have to wait for, and they're usually more expensive, and etc. etc. The exception is when my friends write books, I will try to buy them new because I want to support them, but I don't know, overall, mostly backlisted, but I don't have anything against new books, I just don't tend to acquire them as often. And question number 10, sequels. Do you read books as they are released or wait for an entire series to be published before reading book 1? I guess I already answered this, but I very much try to wait until they're all released. There's some books that I got excited about and read early, like the Scythe books. I read the first and second, and the third is coming out like really soon, actually. There's some books that I didn't realize were part of a series. Sometimes if I see a book that I've been keeping my eye on for a while and I see it at a really good price, I'll pick it up even if it's not like fully completed yet, just, you know, so I don't miss the opportunity to get it at such a great deal. And that was the last question. So again, thank you so much, Tanya, for taking me. It was very helpful. This is just a fun, easy little tag that it's nice. They're not like super hard questions. It's just, hey, you like reading, let's talk about reading, and that's what I needed. So thank you. It really was appreciated and very, very helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like button to let me know, and don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with all of my videos, reading, writing, etc. With the exception of last week, I post new videos every Wednesday and Sunday, so subscribe to stay up to date for all of that. So I hope to see you guys next time, and until then, have a great day. Bye.